Welcome back. I'm Calvin.
And I'm Jeremy, and we are talking about communication.
Yes, communication in relationships.
Now, last time we talked, we had a funny thing that happened.
Yes.
You said...
work. Yeah. Or implied something about work.
What did you say?
I forgot. This is a good example of how one person can say something 1 minute and then totally forget what it was, and then the other partner remembers, and then the first partner is in trouble because he didn't remember because it was so long ago, even though it wasn't quite so long ago.
Weeks and weeks and weeks ago.
So
you said that you worked outside of the home and I didn't work. Something like that.
Yes, I think that's how it came across, even though I didn't.
That's what you said. The implication I would hear was I don't work, but that's not what you meant.
No, and I think this is a good example of, in relationships, how sometimes you can communicate something and you're really seeking an answer, but sometimes it comes across as more of an attack.
Yeah, because that's not what you communicate.
No.
So people communicate all the time in relationships.
Yes.
What we're looking for is effective and positive communication.
Yes.
So what are some...
And really more direct. A lot of times we don't really ask direct questions and we don't get direct answers.
I like you said direct. I was raised by a Southern person, and I love Southern people. And one of the things that you pick up in the South is there's a lot of codes. Yes. And there isn't a lot of different cultures, but this is one I know.
Okay.
So, you say, bless your heart, right?
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh. Is that really what you mean?
No.
No. Probably mean you're an idiot.
Or it's a hot mess.
Or, right.
Yeah, something like that.
So we do that all the time in society and to each other in relationships.
Absolutely.
We're not really saying what we mean.
No.
What is that?
Well, I mean, going back to even the W word, the work word, a lot of times, we've had conversations before about going to business mixers or going, just being introduced to new people. And undoubtedly, the question always comes up, what do you do for work? And we do put a lot of value into how people answer that. And it really defines a lot of who we are.
So what are people really saying when they say, what do you do for work?
I think the more direct question is really, how do you spend your days? Possibly because
who are you?
You might be an artist. We live in LA. There are a lot of artists here that they're musicians, they're actors, they're painters, but they might not necessarily be working as far as an income goes. And really, that's what people are asking. Yes. What do you do for money?
What do you do for money?
And so, in relationships, back to relationships, we do a lot of those kind of questions. I know I would do
and
that.
I don't know where you're going with it. It's like, I'm trying to gauge.
I don't know how to answer you. And
are you trying to find out who I am? Are you trying to find out how much money I have? And so, as you're having this conversation with a stranger at a mixer,
right.
There's this feeling of, what do I do with this? And in a relationship, that's really bad. To be going through that all the time, that kind of, what do you want from me? Who are you? Who am I supposed to be to you?
Absolutely. And we do that in relationships all the time, unfortunately. It's the basic question of, well, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing now? Like,
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
I'm breathing right now. Yeah, right? Like,
when really the question is, I would like to watch a movie.
Would you like to
watch the movie with me? Or I am thinking about going for a walk. Would you like to? Or I was thinking about going out to Applebee's or Denny's to eat. Would you like to go? That's really more the question, but we kind of sugarcoat it, or we code it in a very vague.
Is that to protect the person who is not being direct?
It's a defense mechanism, I think.
So, in communication, really making sure that we are communicating it. To communicate effectively and productively, we need to make sure our message is the real message.
Yes.
There's no reason to code it. But that goes back to, sometimes we say things and we're not even thinking about what we're saying, and maybe we don't even know what we're saying.
Oftentimes we don't. So I think one of the things our viewers really can do is maybe just take this week and work on that one thing. Work on just making all of your questions just very simple and very direct. If you're asking your partner a question, we're gonna try not to overload you with a lot of relationship 101 tips, but try this one thing this week and just see how it works. Instead of asking the question of what are you doing, be more specific of, I would like to do this. do you think that's a great idea, or would you like to also participate with me?
Whatever
it is.
Whatever your message is, make sure it's very clear.
Right.
So make sure you know what you're saying, and make sure you have said it.
Right.
Because sometimes if we assume that I've said it and I haven't said it, and then that's a whole another set.
And be prepared if the answer that you get back is not the answer you want, because you might say, hey, I would like to watch a movie tonight, and your partner might say, well,
Not really.
Not really. I kind of just want to be alone and play SimCity. I don't know. That's coming up.
You're not talking about anybody, are you?
In a next episode, I'm sure. But, be prepared for the answer, because I just want to prepare you, because you're not looking for the answer you want. You're looking, the objective is to get a direct answer, not to get the direct answer that you want. So I just want to make that very clear. So, yes.
That sounds like another episode.
That sounds like
the answer that you want. We'll talk about that next time.
We'll talk about that possibly next time. So anyway, that's your homework. Yes, I know I just gave you homework. But
I'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.